Exactly, all that extra weight.
Yeah. How many batteries do you have?
4.
Okay. How big are they?
They're like 16 inches tall. Let's see, 11 by 7, 16 inches tall.
Wow.
So they're like 110 pounds apiece.
How much do they hold?
200 amp hours each?
They're 400 amp hours.
400? Wow.
4 of them. So
you got 1600 amp hours?
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense when you have that much.
When you got to run the
panels.
fringe, and then we'll have a mini split too. So that's
that's
why.
That's the reason. Makes sense. That's pretty cool though.
But for us, the mini split, well, we'll be running it at shows for sure, but you don't really need it in Durango.
Yeah.
It's just so.
It works pretty. The weather's pretty mild out there.
Yeah, fairly. Maybe 2 weeks out of the, July. Usually about this time to July. It's kind of the hottest time.
Okay. When were we there? In like September? We were there during like winter time. Maybe like more closer to November, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we
Late
went
fall.
there and we were in Telluride and we were like stayed right outside Telluride and then it just snowed the next night and we're like, we gotta get out of here, so we dropped down to Durango.
Yeah.
So we're like, we can't get trapped up in the snow right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right.
Oh, we're good.
It's running, so.
Oh, we're live?
Yep, we're live.
I'm sorry, guys. We're actually going to be doing a live feed right now. If we could have everybody exit the house. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. In about 10 or 15 minutes to come back. Hey, guys. Welcome to TinyFest MidWest. Jazz here. Brandon always behind the camera.
How's it going, guys?
Voice behind it all. And we're here at Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses with Craig. They are builders, but this is their own personal tiny house that they also built as well. So let's go inside and we'll talk to Greg a little bit about how he got this house and a little bit about his company.
Okay, sure.
Oh, it's so roomy in here.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your company, how you got started building tiny houses in the first place.
Well, Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses, we're in Durango, Colorado. About 5 years old now. We're the oldest builder in Colorado. Built over 60 houses so far. We just grow a little bit each year. It all started, that 5 years ago when I had been in Durango a couple of years, and like a lot of mountain towns, it's extremely expensive to live in a place like Durango, and I could not find anything that was affordable.
Wow.
And I kind of put the word out that I was wanting to build a little cabin somewhere, buy a little cheap piece of property, build a cabin. Well, turns out that you can't even do that. What you can is just, usually if you can do that, it's in some place that you just can't get to in the winter. You can buy a lot for 20, but then, there's no road or anything up there. So I sort of put that feel. I was looking for something, and a friend of mine had an email from Tumbleweed one day, and it was like, they were just starting to catch on back then, and I saw that. It was an email about tiny houses, and maybe it was a workshop or something. And I saw that email and I said, I can do this. This is something, hey, I've got, my background's architecture, so design, but then also I've also carpentry on the side ever since I was 14. I've been into the building aspect as well. And so I saw this, I'm like, I think I can do this, and then I went ahead and built my personal house, the first one we ever did, a little 16-foot called the Durango, very unoriginally.
Nice.
And built that, and then I kind of realized I could probably make a business out of it as well. And I met with some local marketing people in business development, and they sort of shared that sentiment that, yes, Greg, there's a big market for this. There's not many builders out there right now. If you can do some cool stuff and get it going, then you can maybe have a good business.
So how is the zoning laws out there? If it was hard to build cabins, how has it been being able to put tiny houses on plots of land?
Okay, zoning is still a major hurdle that the whole industry is facing right now, and there is some progress being made. Actually, there's some guys talking at it. They talked yesterday and they're talking today about that whole thing having to do with a little louder.
Yeah.
Should I turn the fan off?
That's fine.
Okay. Zoning still is a problem, and it's something everyone's trying to work out, because without that, there really is no tiny house market. Well, if you make it legal, it's going to open the doors for a lot more builds, do-it-yourselfers and professional builders. So it is something everyone's struggling with right now. You know, there are a few cities and counties allowing them. Mobile home parks generally allow them. I saw a lot of houses that people park in the mobile home parks.
Oh, wow.
And we're also, what's the other?
They're legal in the county in Durango.
Yeah, right now in La Plata County.
Okay.
They are.
Okay.
Yeah.
So awesome. That's the area. So tell us a little bit of the inspiration for this build. Obviously, it's not your first build, and it's not your first tiny house. So how did you get from your little tiny guy to this guy?
Okay, sure. Well, this build we've dubbed the San Juan.
Okay.
That our region in the Four Corners, there's a lot of things San Juan, so that's the name of this one. The river, the San Juan Mountains, the San Juan River, the San Juan counties, that's sort of the inspiration, some of it.
Getting married.
But also, let's see, you know, having built 60 houses so far, we've learned a lot. There's several things. And we've seen a lot of trends come and go, a lot of things that customers have requested, and well, just ideas we've picked up along the way. So this house is sort of a culmination of a lot of those ideas, little tips and tricks. And then not only that, but my wife, Stephanie, is also here.
She's in the doorway. Sorry, she was gone when we started.
She
had a lot of input here.
She had a lot of input, design-wise. It wasn't just
Come step in.
Yeah.
Let's show them the bed.
Yeah, let's see. I mean, you guys have some definitely unique things going on that we haven't seen in any of the tiny houses here. So let's kind of show some of the features and the ideas behind some of the builds that you put together in here.
Okay, well, this is one of the more defining features of the house. It's an elevator bed. You've seen it in some of Anna White's designs and a few other people have done it. Because we did ours slightly different. We didn't put a garage motor. We didn't put rails. We wanted a really clean look to the house, and we're trying to minimize some of the hardware
and clutter,
just
to make it feel more open.
And we travel a lot to shows, you know, you can't always, even then you have failure. So if we're traveling, we need to be able to put this bed up and down without any motors whatsoever. So I came up with, this is all garage door parts, basically. So a chain hoist that has a gear down system that makes it easier to pull it up and down. And
I'm sorry, guys.
where's the, just the key? We got it locked.
Okay,
So the first thing, these flip out, and that's what the bed comes and sits down on, these blocks, and we can flip them out when we're not needing them. So
there's one on either side here.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ones in the back are fixed, so that we don't have to flip these out.
See the one back
If you unplug your cords, honey, they're gonna.
Don't smash anything.
Yeah.
I know.
That's the only thing I found that really is in the way is the cords.
Look at that.
There you go. No ladder needed.
No.
You don't have to worry about this sliding around.
And I love the big round window.
I was just about to say
My
that's-
camera is waking up to that.
That's probably one of my favorite things.
Do you ever just put her on there and roll her up to get her out of the
No.
way?
But we'll show you some other features on the couch and kind of just walk you guys through the house.
Yeah,
We've got a lot of our background.
Sure.
Maybe while he's putting that up, I can show you guys our countertops.
It takes a while. We'll go ahead and.
So they have some really cool designs in their countertops.
So beautiful live edge. It's from it's mesquite and it's got turquoise inside.
Now, was it like this or?
The grain was there and we just kind of made sure it was cleaned out and we broke up the turquoise and put it in.
Wow, that's beautiful.
And then here we have the Kimberly wood stove. In a Colorado winter, this will heat our entire house. And I was really he didn't open the windows. And then I'm very adamant about the glass because it gives the ambiance with the flame, being able to see it. So
How many
that's
square
exciting.
feet is this?
This is 280 square feet.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then if we come back into here, I don't know if, I guess I can show you, I have double pull-out pantries.
Awesome.
Which in our current tiny house now, it's really challenging. I go grocery shopping and I buy chips and stuff, and it's just all over the kitchen. And I really want to be able to put. We don't have the knobs yet, but they'll be here soon. So I'll have all my hanging space I need.
Plenty of room in here, a lot of storage.
if you want to swap, I'll show you the bathroom.
So what made you guys go with almost full-size appliances?
Just because we cook so much that I really wanted to have, you know, I like to entertain, and so being able to do that, you know. We have a smaller fridge. This is actually not full size. We call them 3/4 size.
Yeah, it's like almost there.
Yeah. So, and I love that I don't have to bend over to get into my fridge.
So is this the fridge?
This is
not
the freezer.
Okay.
This is the freezer.
Okay.
Because in a small space, like, what do you get into more? Your fridge.
Yeah.
So I think that having this, just not having to bend over, someone can still squeeze behind you. Greg and I in our house now, we're always bumping into each other when I'm into the fridge. You can't get by, and so yeah.
Let's go see the bathroom here too. This looks pretty awesome.
That was sliding barn door.
Have a nice sliding barn door. It's one of my favorites.
Really pretty.
Where did you get all the wood for all the different kind of designs?
Yeah, maybe show that on the bottom there.
Yeah, so it's
cool
just
design.
all scrap barnwood that we've had around the shop, and there's a lot of barnwood on the exterior. We use the scraps. We like to recycle a lot of materials, especially at the shop. We do so many builds where we have stuff that we're like, oh, we just didn't use this. We like to recycle.
Nice.
So, a next really cool feature of our house is our penny floor.
One of my personal favorites.
$80 worth of pennies.
$80 floor.
And I really love my vanity. I thought it was a really unique shape.
And they have a huge tub in here as well.
I'm really excited about this.
Look at that.
Wow.
It's really comfy.
You can't have it all and be tiny.
Yep.
Yeah, and we'll have a shower curtain eventually, and this will actually hook up here so you can still stand and shower. And then we have dogs, so I wanted to be able to get my dog's bath, hence the remote. So that really works.
Now, what kind of tile did you use for this backdrop?
This is a chevron tile. It's by Arizona Tile. It was kind of expensive, but in a tiny house you can do expensive features because
You
you're
don't
only
have that
getting
much space.
yeah, exactly. So, and there will be a little linen hutch that goes here, but we're like 90% done. There's a couple things still missing. So
And then the toilet, in case anyone is wondering, is right here. And I'm assuming that's a composting toilet.
yes, this is a composting toilet. It's a nature's head. This is the urine here. You know, and we have unlimited amounts of sawdust at Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses. So you just open this bad boy, and then it has cranks, which our handle's not on there right now. But you undo this, and you take it and you dump it in your compost. And honestly, they work great if you use them correctly. So do your research.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And then one more feature, I noticed you guys also have a loft.
Yes. So if you come back here, you can see we also did the barnwood back there. That's all scrap barnwood. And if you go high enough with your camera, you can see I have my paddleboard in my loft right now. So that will be strictly gear storage, and sometimes we'll have guests stay up there. And then the ladder will be a folding ladder that you can't see.
So as you were saying before, I would probably like sit up here and then you would pull it down.
Collapse
Yep.
and then. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for giving us this tour of your beautiful
Thank
home.
you.
And
Very cool tiny
we know
house.
you're still putting the final touches on everything,
But it looks livable now. This is what it will look like.
It looks great.
It's amazing. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, guys. Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Well,
This
let's
has been
do
awesome.
one more tour of the outside
Oh,
real quick.
Okay.
Sorry, because
Yeah, there's some nice features out here.
I thought there were some really cool features I wanted to hit on.
Oh, the circle window?
Circle window, and also
Oh, yeah.
these little porthole windows up top
Oh,
here.
yeah, you can kind of see them poking out inside.
And that goes up there into the loft. So that's a very cool feature.
And our solar panel is our awning.
Yes, and they have solar panels as their awning up there, and those are actually commercial solar panels, correct? And they have 5 of them, so enough solar to stay completely off grid, and a nice little porch as well. So
And then around the
Your
back.
porch, I'm assuming, folds up.
Yeah. Yeah. And so right now, because our dining area is not done, for the rest of the summer we'll just eat on the porch until that's finished. And then we like to ride bikes. So we're going to take this house to 4 shows this year. So we wanted to make sure that we had a way to bring stuff that we want to do with us, like the paddleboard and my bikes. So this way we can cruise around. But then we've also got our beautiful shingle. So, yeah,
awesome.
we're excited.
And I think that's
Super excited to see more builds that you guys come up with. So check them out. It's Rocky Mountain Tiny Houses. They're out of Durango, Colorado, and thanks so much, guys.
Or you guys can follow me on Instagram. I'll be posting lots of pictures and travels, and it's Steph's Tiny House Life, all underscores between the words.
Awesome. Well, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you guys again at 2:30.